Good afternoon, and welcome. Good afternoon. This is Pastor Angel Ferguson with the Balance of Life, and I thank each and every one of you for joining us today. This is a awesome day. I'm so excited to spend some time with you as we come to share some words of encouragement with you. And what we're going to share with you today, I want you to keep in mind, don't let that stop you. What we're going to talk about today is we just want to share some words of encouragement to help us move past what did not work out. That's right, to help us move past what did not work out. Don't let that stop you. Was it the right timing? Uh, was it with the right connection? Did you have the right components to make it happen? So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about don't let that stop you. Dealing with, definitely dealing with things to help us move past what did not work out. That is not your expected end. You're not finished. Just examine yourself. Go back to the examining table and ask yourself, was I ready? You cannot give an account for the other components, and this is in every area of our life, but you can give an account for your interaction and were you actually ready? Were you actually connected to the right individuals? Did you have all of your stuff together? Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe they weren't expecting your level of expertise, and so maybe they needed to back away. Maybe they weren't up to par. But I definitely want you to encourage yourself and don't let, and whatever that is, let it be that, because there are so many different things that can set us back. And so I want to just encourage you today, do not allow that thing to stop you. Do not second guess who you are. Become confident in who you are. Know your purpose. Know that you have a plan. Know that you are on your journey to your destination. Once again, I am Pastor Angel Ferguson, and I thank each and every one of you for joining us today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Let me mention our author spotlight of the month. Her name is Cynthia Gaston, and she is the author of Black History Should Not Be a Mystery. It is a book of poetry. She is also the author of several children's books. She is an educator in the Tampa Bay area and has been over 20 years. She has books such as A Call for Character, Big Billy Bob, Big Billy Bob. Also, Dad Had Issues, Mom Had Issues. Check her out. She is on Amazon. Her name is Cynthia Gaston. She is our author spotlight of the month. So very, very appreciative for this awesome woman. She came to us, I want to say about 7 years ago. And we have had the opportunity of publishing her latest book, Black History Should Not Be a Mystery. It is a book of poetry, and we also work with her other books. Our author spotlight of the month is in our July issue of Hope and Truth magazine, and we are looking and selecting our author spotlight for the month of August. If you have any suggestions for us, please feel free to email us at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone that we have published one of their books. It could be one of your favorites. If you have a recommendation, we'd love to hear from you. All right, so let's talk about this. You have stepped out in faith and things are going well. You have fine-tuned your craft and you have made some connections and you're prepared. The terms are negotiated and approved, and you have fine-tuned what you needed to do. You have your house, meaning yourself, in order. And then it doesn't happen. Now, here's the first thing that will normally take place. You will begin to think that you did something wrong. You will also begin to think that you are not good enough. But everyone must take individual accountability for themselves. And after you evaluate and look over how you handle things and how you've grown and how you've gone back to critique things to become ready for this moment, you have received the vision. Yesterday we talked about the difference between dreams and visions. When the dream has been transformed into a vision, which now it has some realistic ideas and goals set, and they have been pursued and followed, and you have gotten a clear understanding of what you are doing. But it does not work out. You think that you have gotten to that place, and something happens, and it doesn't transpire. After you evaluate yourself, and I'm saying this very, very in a tiptoeing way, because I want you to catch every portion of this. This is a very, very pivotal point. It is a make or break in how you move forward. Because if for one moment you think that you're not good enough, it could set you back 10 paces, or it could set you back that you don't want to try again. And I'm saying to you today, don't let that stop you. Learn to move past those things. Learn to overcome them. When you are confident in what you have and who you are and what you produce, maybe they weren't ready for you. Maybe they are looking for someone at a higher level than what you are. But you have come so far. Maybe you were not the right person for them. Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe they didn't have their stuff together. Sometimes people will approach individuals and they're not ready for the level in which they operate. But they will actually make you feel that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, when in fact they have the shortcoming. That's why I said I wanted to tiptoe through this, because I'm talking to both sides. It's always going to go back to a place of self-examination. Are you really confident in who you are and what you do and what you provide? And this is in every area of our life. Scripture tells us that we should trust in the Lord with all of our heart. Lean not to our own understanding. In all our ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct our paths. There's an S at the end of that. And so when you follow that, and you're getting instructions for every area of your life, do not allow someone else's inability to keep up with your level to make you feel any less than what you have achieved and where you are. Get past it. So it didn't work out. So what are you going to do next? After you have a moment of feeling some kind of way, get up. Shake it off. Get to work. Once again, that might not have been the connection for you. It might have been the wrong timing. Maybe they're looking to work with someone else and you weren't a fit for them. But don't take it personal. If there are some things that you need to go back and fine tune and critique, hey, do that. I always think of this and I stand behind it 100%. I'm never looking for someone to offer me an opportunity because I am the opportunity. I'll say that again. This is when you know who you are. This is when you know what you have to offer and that you spend time cultivating and perfecting it. I never look for someone to give me an opportunity because I am the opportunity. That goes back to life. Life is here. You are the gift. What are you offering life? Life has opportunities for you to share your gift with it. But, as I have said over the past couple of weeks, and I will continue to say, if you do not offer life your gift, you cannot blame life for not giving you a chance. You cannot blame life for passing you by. If you do not put anything in, you will not get anything out. Not one iota. So, I want you to remember, what am I giving my life? A few days ago, I wrote this, and it's on our Facebook page for The Balance of Life. The return of life is based upon the deposits made from the expectant. I'll say that again. The return of life is based upon the deposits made from the expectant. Let's read that again. The return of life is based upon the deposits made from the expectant. So when you come across those pivotal points, those areas, and you get there, you're at the door, and something happens at the last minute. After you examine you, okay? After you examine you, and you will find areas that you need to critique and cultivate. We all do. Pick yourself up. Keep moving forward. Do not allow that to cause you to have a sitback or a setback. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Take a moment, regroup, refocus, reorganize, do what you need to do, but I want you to get back up. And I want you to move forward. Don't focus on the areas that don't need any correcting. Look at everything. And when you find areas that need to be perfected, touch those things first. Why keep touching the things that are at the top of their pinnacle within your organization, whether it is business or ministry or even in your home? But what I'm saying to you today, just because someone rejected your idea, they did not want to work with you, do not take that personal. You have to know who you are, and you have to believe in who you are. You have to know why you started. When you remember why you started, it will help you to continue on. Trust me, I'm telling you from experience. Do you not know that if I were to go through the many a times that things did not work out in different scenarios. If I focused on that, I wouldn't do anything. Listen, I would not be talking to you today. But there is an inner drive within me that I have learned to encourage myself, that I have learned to say, listen, perfect what you have. Don't reinvent the wheel. You don't have to go and start something new because that particular thing didn't work out. Cultivate what you have. And I'm talking to our visionaries. I'm talking to our visionaries for business and for ministry. Even in your home, don't throw in the towel. Work at and perfect what you have. Now, once again, some connections just were not meant to be. And we try to put them together. We try to force them together, and they simply will not work. And that's okay. That's okay. But I don't want you to lose confidence in yourself. I don't want you to lose confidence in your ability, because you have been created with gifts and talents already within you. They just need to be discovered and cultivated before they are shared. And listen, as long as we have life in our bodies, as long as there is breath flowing through you and I, there is room for learning. There is room for correction. There is room for growth. The minute we decide that we are done learning and we are done growing, then we only hinder ourselves, as well as we limit life from experiencing the very best, which is you and I. If you've just tuned in, you've tuned in to The Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson, and I thank each and every one of you for joining us. We have been sharing from our College of Ministry and Mentoring in Florida. We are recognized as a religious institution of college ministry. That's right. So through Angel Ferguson Ministries, which is a portion of the Balance of Life, we offer mentoring programs as well as within ministry, business, individual, as also one-on-one and in group study. And so I felt it so very, very compelling as we have joined the Wisdom app, and we are the Balance of Life. Is I want to make sure that I touch every component of our lives, because when you step into ministry, your personal life and ministry are not separated. They are all one. And also, we should become one with our dreams. You should be one with your vision. What I do here with you is a part of my life every single day. There is no separation. That's balance. And so what we want to offer here on the Balance of Life is balance in our lives. Find out what works for you. Find out how you can balance your day-to-day life. For years, let me tell you something, for years, I was a housewife. And let me tell you something, in the first year, I didn't do anything, meaning laundry. I cooked and took care of the kids, but I didn't do anything. Our laundry was sent out, and I got bored. I needed something to do. So I'm like, nope, I need something to do. And then I was bored, children in school, house is clean, dinner's done. But I got so very, very bored, and I was doing stuff for our church ministry, Charity Lighthouse of Faith. That my parents are the founder of that ministry, established in Tampa, Florida. And I was doing stuff for the ministry, programs and things of that nature. And I said, wait a minute, this right here is a good business. So that's why I started a home-based business so very, very long ago. and it gave me something to do. And I can tell you that I have come upon times and situations where connection just didn't work out, or I just wasn't ready. And let me fast forward to a couple of years ago. I'm telling you this for a reason. I thought I was ready for certain areas in business, and I wanted a certain kind of clientele, but I really was not ready. I wasn't ready. I was not fully committed. I had a lot of pruning. And listen, I still have a lot of pruning to do, a lot of learning to do. But at that time, I was not ready to deal with a certain kind of clientele, with a certain level of people. I was not ready. And so I had to take an accountability. And this is after sitting on the side of the bed, or sitting at my desk and crying and saying, "Ooh, I'm tired of this kind of people." But guess what? I wasn't ready for another level. I'm just being honest with you. I was not ready. I had to get ready. I have to stay in the position of being ready. I have to acknowledge where I need to come up. And so I had to shift the blame on others and focus on me. Focus on the way that I did things, the flow of what I was doing. I needed to become one with my motto. I needed to become one with the vision statement. And once I learned that, I understood a whole lot more. Then there was a time I thought I was so ready. Let me tell you, I thought I was so ready, and I needed to get some things done in the bookstore. I was able to pursue and follow a dream in opening my own bookstore a couple of years ago. I'm now in New Jersey, and listen, I would love to open up another brick and mortar bookstore. So listen, hey, listen out for it, because it is coming. I'm speaking it to advance. I'm going back to it. I love the atmosphere of a bookstore. But anyway, I thought I had everything in order and ready. And one day, it took me hours. Listen, in a bookstore, it took me hours. I am getting things in order, books on the shelf, and they needed to match what I had in the computer. Well, first I needed to make sure that I had everything in the right grouping, categories, authors, all of those things. And then I needed to make sure that it matched in the computer. And I remember one day, and I thought I was done. And I heard this voice say, "You're not done yet." Because guess what? The things on the website needed to match what was in the bookstore, what was in my computer for reference. It needed to match on the website. And so, let me tell you something. That was a very, very great learning time for me. It was tedious, and I'm going to tell you, it was nerve wracking, and it just really bothered me. But I had to understand the level I desired to be on. I had to come up. I had to come up. And so when things happened, even things as a publisher, when things did not go well and I didn't gain the client, I had to go back and evaluate me. Am I meeting the expectation of what the client wants? Now, did I come across some individuals who were not ready for that stage of actually meeting with a publisher? Yes, I still do. But at the end of the day, I always go back and I always evaluate what transpired. And if I take a look at me, and I take a very, very critical look at me, how did I handle this? What was my presentation? Did I follow through? Was I up to par? I take a look at all of those things. And when I can find that I raised the bar, I go back and I look. Maybe that wasn't the right connection. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Or maybe it just wasn't a good fit. And of course, maybe they weren't ready to deal with your level. Here's something that I have learned. A lot of times we ask for what we're not ready to receive, or we have the expectation, we have an expectation of what we're not willing to give. And when I say that, sometimes people want trust, but they're not giving trust. People want faithfulness, but they're not faithful. People want 100%, but they're not willing to give to match that 100%. And so sometimes your perfection, your level of expertise is intimidating. I am one of the most humble people, and I love to help people. I really do. I love what I do as a mentor. I love working in ministry. I love working in the publishing field, helping people to reach their goals and their dreams of publishing that book. I enjoy all of that. But every now and then I ask this very critical question, and I go to someone who is going to not sugarcoat it for me. And I have asked this question: am I intimidating? Are people intimidated to work with me? Well, there is one person who I will tell you will not sugarcoat it for me at all, how much she loves me. And it is one of my aunts. Her name is Pastor Arline. And she said to me recently, because I asked her this question about, I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago. I'm telling you, I self evaluate. I asked her that question, and she said, well, yes, because there is this way about you. I love things done at a certain level. Uh, One of my previous co pastors, she always used the term spirit of excellence. I like things done a certain way. I'm always critiquing me, and so I have this certain expectation of those that I work with, and I'm talking alongside, not someone that I'm mentoring, but someone that I'm working along with. I have a certain level of which I like to work. And so I have learned over the years to not become so hard when they don't work at the level that I work at. You know, we all have to grow to a certain level. But I need that in my life. I need someone who's going to give me that realistic conversation, and she does that. And so she said, there's this way about you that you just, things have to be done at a certain way, at a certain level. So I'm telling you this because some of you are excellent at what you do. You are marvelous at what you do. But when things do not work out, don't take it personal. Evaluate where you are, evaluate your presentation, evaluate you. You cannot give an account of them. Evaluate you. But I definitely want you to pick yourself up. I want you to regroup, refocus, and I want you to keep moving forward. Keep growing. Keep going forward. Do not allow that to stop you. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. There is so much potential, and you are going to meet and match up with the right connections. You will, all in due timing. But continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to perfect, and do not wait for the opportunity, because you are the opportunity. You are the gift. So keep moving forward, keep working. You know that I love each and every one of you without measure, simply because I believe in the potential of you, and this is our time for today. I will be back on tomorrow, Wednesday, July the 14th. And it's just been a great honor and a pleasure. Thank you for those who join in on the Wisdom app as well as our radio broadcast. Know that you are always in my prayers and in my thoughts. And if you'd like to reach out to us, go ahead and do so. Our email address is thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. Have a blessed day, everyone. Listen, get out and do something fun. Do something fun. Do something that is going to um, bring some enjoyment to your life. Keep